Hello friend, welcome back once again. It's time for Legionary's Life, and we are here in Epirus, where we are marched towards the Macedonian army on the other side of the river. Let's get started with probably this battle. We'll see. Everything is possible in a Legionary's life. The enemy's position is very solid and difficult to attack. It is no surprise when the council accepts a summit with Philip to discuss peace terms. He needs time to figure out how to crack this nut. It's even less surprising when the meeting comes to nothing. The next day, several skirmishes erupt between patrols on the plain separating your camp from the Macedonians. The fighting is spreading quickly, and your unit is sent out to help reduce the pressure. You meet a number of velites retreating from the opposite direction. Behind them, a unit of Thorakitai is approaching. When the other side is at the right distance, throw the javelin. And he deflects the missile. Alright. These guys have a heavy helmet, it seems like. Long weapon reach because they're carrying a spear. It seems like I might be able to attack him immediately. Low chance everywhere to actually break through his armor. Must be pretty heavy chainmail then. Oh, short. Alright, let's start off with a charge then. Because I need to get his stance down. Because I actually need to go for a neck attack. That seems to be the best choice. But then I do need to hit that. They have very low health apparently. So let's recover myself a bit and then do another shield. Oh, come on, really? Well, never mind. Yep. If you have some tough luck, then these battles, they can last a long time, or you can find that whatever you're doing is completely useless for quite a bit of time, and that's exactly what's happening now. I've been wasting 12 turns so far. And apparently even more now. Come on. Daddy needs some new shoes. I would like to finish off at least one enemy unit. Yeah, let's go for the neck anyway. 8. Alright, any old damage will do now. I did more on a torso attack. Alright. Yeah, these are regular troops, so they are nothing to write home about. Alright, I still have a shot here at least damaging it. Let's go for another neck attack. Nope. Oh well, I tried. Come on. Still a chance. No. Oh, never mind. No, I'm not gonna fall back, of course. Still have plenty of juice in me. Alright, let's go on the offensive. This is a different guy, also with one of those heavy helmets. So going for the head or neck is probably not the greatest, but yeah, we still need to bring down their stance again. Because it seems like I have to break through their armor. It is not my lucky day. Man. Am I getting trumped by the RNG? Alright. Let's go. Come on. I need it down. If he keeps recovering, there's just nothing gonna happen here. Alright. So, I have to go for soft spot on the neck. That seems to be my biggest chance of success here. Come on. I have another shot. There we go. Good boy. All right, let's try another shield charge. If you think about it, that shield charge, it really only has about a 40% chance or less to actually succeed on the first try. It's not actually that high. Not only do I need to land a successful hit in, He also needs to not resist it, which is a very tough combination actually. At least ultimately when it comes to numbers. Well, I have to try at some point with the battle being almost over. Well, if I missed at the leg, I would have missed at the neck too, so I might as well just try. No. Well, at least I damaged them. That still counts for something. Alright. Don't know how many rounds this is. Enemy keeps getting tougher with each round, of course. Waiting for a chance for him to actually... when he actually goes for my throat or whatever. Something like this indeed. And now I have a pretty good position. If I can keep him down at least. So this is still not good, so I'm gonna have to go for a soft spot on the neck. Which is not that bad actually. Like, my odds are pretty good at that point. Although I am getting very tired here. So I probably can't go for a whole lot more. Yeah, and now I'm basically forced to get back here because I'm too tired. So let's just respite. I need to at least do another attack on him in order to get him seriously wounded. So I am looking to do that somewhere. If I could just pass one of these respite, then at least now I'm just moderately tired. Okay, so I'm looking to get in an attack on the leg. Come on. Excellent. Okay, that's really good. That's all I'm gonna do here. Because I just want him wounded, that's all. Okay, the battle is also over, so that works out best for me. Alright, these Thoracitai are disciplined and well equipped. It matters little. Something is causing a general withdrawal of the Macedonians, at least as far as your eyes can see. Maybe your cavalry is getting the upper hand on its counterpart. Whatever the reason, it takes a while to regroup your lines after the onslaught. As soon as you're ready, you start giving chase. Your pursuit takes you closer and closer to the enemy camp. The ground is getting unfavorable. Such a slope is going to make it very difficult for you to fight. In an instant, the noise and the cries of your companions alert you to a more horrifying danger. The Macedonians have put up siege weapons to reinforce their position. They're shooting at you with their ballistae. Something smashes your shield and knocks you off your feet. In the shock of the moment, your first clear thought is that your arm is still attached. It must have been a glancing blow or you would be dead already. Enemies are approaching from above. You feel very vulnerable without a shield. I have three options. Centurion, borrow the shield of another soldier and send him to the rear line. You can't stay here and suicide, move to the rear line even if you're a Centurion. Or stay where you are and fight even without a shield. I'm gonna borrow the shield of another soldier and send him to the rear line. He complies without arguing and hurries through the ranks to a safe position. The Macedonian footmen are upon you. So we still have a penalty on terrain here, but at least I have a shield. And my stance is not perfect because of that, but hey, at least I get to have a go at the enemy. It doesn't... Okay, let's try that again. Let's try it. Okay. Well, without any stance, I kind of have to recover here. They will try to attack me or not? No. Okay, let's try for a respite. And once more. It's really sucky if you get a double action when you're just doing respite, because it feels like a waste at that point. Not that you can do anything about that. Alright. This guy should be toast now. Unless he keeps recovering all the time. Because... Oh, okay, his regular attack would work just as well. See, like this, it doesn't really help me now. We won't be able to keep it much longer. Okay, let's keep up some respite. Let's see what he does. With Death Feint... You know... I basically need him to try and attack, but it's already turn 18. So I'm just gonna use Respite and lose a bit of morale. Enemy starts pulling back. Okay. As soon as you gain a little ground, the difficult terrain and the enemy's defenses unravel your progress. When sunset comes, the skirmish dies out. Okay. That last skirmish proved that you can't defeat Philip with a frontal attack, not as long as he's holding his advantageous position. Regain 4 points of health. One night, you can hear some faint noises while you're half asleep. The following day, the camp is unmistakably less crowded. The high-ups are tight-lipped on the matter, and you learned long ago that it is not wise to ask questions. 2 more days pass. You are all kept at the ready as if something big were about to happen. When a column of smoke raises from somewhere behind the elevated position of the enemy camp, you're deployed in order to advance. The Macedonians are quick to respond. By the time you've crossed the river, they're advancing on the plain to meet you. The first thing you notice are the 20 feet tall pikes held high by the rear ranks. The Phalanx. The Phalanx is approaching. You've seen many things in the last 12 years. None of them were as scary as 5 layers of spear points advancing towards you like an impregnable death-dealing wall. Nice. When the other side is at the right distance, you prepare to hurl your first javelin. So cheerful after that. Okay, that's nice. As the other side gets closer and closer, what? Weapon Sarissa. Okay, well, but it looks. Okay, I'm totally unprepared for a battle like this. Let's throw the javelin. Okay, we hit the Phalanx. You think about your options. An outrageously skilled fighter might attempt to cut his way through the spear wall and engage the enemy at close quarters. Mere mortals had better focus on survival, holding the line and trying not to get their morale crushed by this dreadful opponent. One thing is for sure, when the spear wall pushes as one, it won't be easy to defend against. There are some new options here. There's just Respite, Slash, and Slash does 0.4 health damage. The spear wall will resist up to 8 damage with 24 anti-armor resistance. Okay, a chop has a lower chance of success, but deals more damage. It will resist up to 8 damage, yeah. We have decoy, which, let's see here. By success, I think the enemy stance is reduced by 5 to 10. And there is an H, which gives chance of success in a primary attack check. And then there's a chance to overcome the opponent's resistance. If the action is resistance, only 20% of the stance loss is applied. Okay. And then there's shield push, which gives a much higher drop in stance. And this is a strength-based check, at least to overcome the resistance, much like using your shield. So you have the shield push and the shield charge, and in this case, shield push is more like shield charge, and decoy is more like shield push or knock. Yeah, you have shield knock and shield charge, and decoy is shield knock, and shield push is shield charge. But the problem that we have here is that I can't really recover. I don't know what to really expect from this. Because something like a slash has a pretty high chance to succeed. We did 12 damage and it was reasonable. Let's start with the slash here. Let's just see what that does. Okay, so we get another attack in. Like, I think chop has too low of a chance to succeed. Like, how useful is it to use something like decoy? I don't really know. Okay, it did work. Spear wall push. We resisted it. So we do get recover on this. This is just going to take a while because I have to figure out what a good strategy is against this thing. I don't even know if the Phalanx can recover by itself. Like, I don't know if it has such an ability. So I guess I'm just going to have to figure that out in combat. Like, this is now a higher chance. So I guess in that regard it does work. But it takes way too long for Chop to get a higher chance. So maybe I'm just better off trying to keep using Slash here. Okay. So this is much higher now. I'd like to keep using Decoy. I still haven't seen any... Okay, they can recover. Alright. So Decoy is not too useful then. That's fair enough. Let's use another Slash then. It seems also that they don't really lose a whole lot from failing their spear wall push. And yeah, I could go for Chop. Like, the thing is with Chop, the chance is just so low. Like around 50, and trying to get them to lose their stance, that just doesn't work because the odds are too low. Even if I pass a Decoy now and their stance is reduced by 10, they can easily just use a recover in order to get that back. So, you know, I'm trying to get through this here Phalanx, but even if I even miss these chops, like or these slashes, the chances are... Well, let's try to go for a chop here. Nope. No, that's what I mean. It's really like 30% chance or something. Like, I still believe that being horizontal does not mean 50%. Okay. So we have again Phalanx. This one is a bit more hurt. I tried to get through the other one, but that didn't work. I guess I can continue trying to slash, but it's very hard to get through, it seems like. But it also doesn't really do a whole lot of damage to me. I still just don't feel like Decoy does enough, and I'm just better off trying to get these at least to half health. But I'm also pretty unlucky in these, I think. Come on. Like, these slashes miss a lot. Maybe I'll get better at bringing these guys down, but for now, this is just too much for me still. Right, he's over half health. That's great. I wonder what happens once you actually do finish it off, but I don't see myself doing that here. Yeah, chop is less than 50%. Yeah, this is... I'll keep going. Nope. No. No, I can take care of it. Okay, so it does... This one is lower health again. So, let's keep slashing. I I'll keep going. Takes a very long while, but maybe eventually we'll get it. The amount of health that goes down is nearly nothing. We're getting tired. But there's little else I can do. Would be nice not to miss so much. Come on. See, supposedly it's like 80% or something at least, but that's absolute bogus. I don't know how many times I complained about the fact that it's not accurate for me. It's just not. It really feels like it's not accurate. Oh well. Keeps annoying me. Alright, we weren't even able to deal like 25% damage, so... The Phalanx is holding fast, but the units that should protect its flanks are slowly giving way. Once again, the Macedonians fall back to the safety of the high ground behind them. You press on with the attack. Yeah, I wasn't able to break through. I don't know, it seems like everything I tried to do was such a low percentage or a low impact hit that it wasn't useful. That's the thing that I felt like. Your adversaries retreat to the high ground close to their camp. The terrain in their formidable defenses hinder your progress until your advance comes to a halt. It is all you can do to maintain your position. Also, you have to remember that this is like my 6th or 7th playthrough. I mean, yes, I didn't go through the Macedonian campaign earlier, but comparatively, I'm a very buff character, so not being able to get through that shield wall, that must mean that it's exceptionally tough. If this is your first playthrough, you're probably, I don't know, you'll probably have to keep defending all the time, I think. Your heart leaps up when you see the standards of tens of maniples emerge from a height behind the Macedonians' position, so that's what the plan was all along. Flaminius must have learned of a secret path in the mountains. The rear ranks of the enemy are the first to panic, and the effect spreads like fire under a wind. They abandon any attempt to fight and flee before they are crushed in the council's pincer movement. Were it not for the rugged ground that hampered your cavalry, Philip would have lost most of his army today. As it is, many of the Macedonians managed to escape, including their king. You could have won the war on this very day. On a positive note, they've left behind some of their possessions in their hasty flight. Okay. Well, I tried. Let's see, though, whether it says something about the Phalanx. Probably not. Like wounded Phalanx or something. No, it does not. Okay. Well, that's fine. It's a shame that buying and selling, it's not that much better now. Consul Flaminius is known for being a Philhellene, a great admirer of Grecian culture. Virtue pass. He thinks virtuous, honorable officers like you will help establish firm and long-lasting ties with the locals. That's beautiful. I don't think that this is even good enough. Nah. So, like for example, seeing a weapon of worth 1500 would be great. 3 veteran legionaries are picking on a young Umbrian recruit. Oh yeah, we've seen this one before. Make the veteran stop. And yep. Okay, that's great. We've already seen that one, so... Your victory at the River Haus opened up a path through Epirus and into Thessalia, a region long under Macedonian dominion. Here you're joined by 2 allies, the Aetolians and the Athamanes. They have already taken control of several towns. The council is determined to capture the city of Phaloria, but is garrisoned by 2,000 soldiers of Philip's army. It soon becomes clear this is going to be harder than usual. The defenders are driving back every assault. Days after the siege began, your patrol captures a group of merchants not too far from the city. Let's try to pry some useful information out of them. They might know a weakness in the city's defenses, or just take them back to your camp. They won't cooperate. Use any means necessary. You have no stomach for this. You give up very soon and learn nothing of relevance. You have already done your part. The return trip is uneventful. Today you'll storm the city walls. Wherever you look, men are at work building ladders. Getting the right land can be a difficult task. Can we get a third mural crown? Well, let's have our say. The ladders are ready. Only the field test will tell. It's not perfect this time. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the mural crown. And this time we pass, so that's great. Yep, we're gonna have a similar fight here, but these are garrison soldiers and they seem to be more tough than the previous ones. Yeah, so head is marginal, but I don't really have any better choice than to do that, because unless a shield knock is good enough, but I don't think so. So my best outcome here is probably keep attacking them on the head. Okay, well, I'm off to a good start. Let's see, let's attack him. Let's try it again. Okay, so switch it up. Basically, I'm just always looking for the highest percentage hit, and you know, there's not a whole lot you can do except in a battle like this, except for choosing the best possible option, I think, and then after that it's just a die roll that might or might not favor you. I should probably choose something like arm because it's the highest percentage chance to hit. It's very close to head, but it seems to be slightly higher. It's very difficult to see here. Okay, good. So I guess I'm gonna attack the other guy. Yeah, it remains garrison soldier. In this case as well, I'm just gonna go for the arm. Well, you can still miss. But I have a very high chance. I should probably be able to finish that guy off the next attack. Come on. Nope. And that's what I meant with it's still a numbers game. Alright, let's focus on him then for now. He does have the same kind of headgear, so it should not be that much more difficult than the other guy. Though I have to say that fighting these guys is significantly more difficult than fighting the previous guys. What kind of headgear is it? It's also the Konos, so I wouldn't expect it to be that difficult to break through, but it's like 40% chance to break through, I think, based on how this looks. I have a pretty decent chance at the leg, but the leg is only 0.7, so this deals a lot more damage if it hits, but the hit chance is also relatively low. So I would say this is about 60% chance to hit, and then about a 40% chance to break through the defenses. So in reality, you would say that you have like a 30% chance to get a good hit in like this. That's, I think, about the estimate that you should have there. But yeah, this is not gonna be 30 turns, that's for sure. I don't know how many more guys they have, but I'm not gonna be able to do this in 30. If there are no more enemies, I'd be lucky to get 40. Well, I think I did employ the best possible strategy, but... No, I think. Maybe there would have been something else, but I don't know. Nope, that's just... I don't think I'm gonna make 40 now. No, I'd be glad to even win this battle in the first place now. Because I'm getting very tired as well. Come on. You can finish him off. Good, okay. Please tell me there are no more extra enemies. Man, that's a low percentage hit. Could go for the leg twice, but it's also quite low. How about shield? All these options are not favorable. But if I do recover now, next turn is 39 and then 40. I could try that. Well, never mind. Alright, let's try it at the leg. And at the head. Almost. I was so close to getting an F40. Come on. Don't make me do this any longer. Alright. Well, guess we're gonna go for full round though. Doesn't matter now. There we go. 44. Well, let's see then. No one else has made it to the top. Wow, that's crazy. 44 turns, huh? Alright. The city is mine to take. Getting another mural crown. So that's the third time you can get it. Alright. Yeah. I've pains everywhere. Alright, this might not be the worst. Oh no, mine is a lot better here. Maybe I'm looking in vain. I might not be able to get better equipment through this way anymore. Well, let's try one more time. You suffer a mortifying setback at Atrax. Your siege engines tear down a section of the city walls, but the Macedonian garrison forms a phalanx behind the breach. They thwart any attempt to break into the city. The fact that your maniple wasn't involved in the attacks does little to lessen your frustration. This episode is an anguishing reminder of how impervious a phalanx can be under the right conditions. Flaminius raises the siege and leads you in search of less defended targets. The town of Phanoteus and Tyria and Tisira, Ambresis, Hiampolis, and Daulis fall in rapid succession. And that's all lovely. I can't do anything with this cash. Oh well. Let's do a bit more training. I mean, the important city of Elatea is the last to fall before winter. Its doom is sealed when a large section of the wall is brought down. When a dispute arises between your men and a group of Aetolian allies during the pillaging, it is only your intervention that prevents blood from being shed. Okay, well, there is not a whole lot I can do besides training here. The Achaean League joins the anti-Macedonian coalition. Flaminius and Philip meet again to no avail. Many suspect the consul of keeping a door open in case his command is not prolonged, so that his successor won't take credit for ending the war. When he is given proconsular authority by the Senate, you're all certain that the conflict will go on till an overwhelming defeat forces Philip to accept all of Rome's demands. Also, your army is partly renewed when thousands of reinforcements from home join you. Okay, not bad, I guess. Yeah, I'm slowly outgrowing this kind of exercise, but it's the only exercise I can try to do here. I think this is really also where the prior skills that you can choose at the beginning of the campaign really do take into account, like the Aegis Shield and the Swordsman ability or something. Those might really be put to good use near the end of the campaign, because it seems really indeed that I'm wasting a lot of time trying to improve my skills, but that's just not going to happen because it such a low percentage chance. Don't know what it is exactly, but it seems to be pretty low. Yeah, sure. That's fine. Not too happy about that on this map, but we'll see. Maybe we'll get lucky, get some fishing spots or something. It's a shame that there are so many of these, actually. It seems like. Yeah, let's look harder. Great. Okay, so it wasn't that bad. Shouldn't run through too many of these for us, but I think I can deal with any ambush I could possibly get into. So I'm not too worried. Like I said, you might try to farm ambushes in order to increase your score. I think that might actually work. There's a discussion between your comrades. Titus Modius maintains that the world is round, a notion he must have heard somewhere in this land. Most of the rest believe it's a weird concept. Let's have our say. You decide to share your opinion. Well, I think the world is round. I have a hunch. Fail the intelligence check. Like, this is why I don't get it. I mean, is it a percentage for each amount you have? Because I have very high intelligence. You try to defend Modi's views, but failed to produce a strong argument in his favor. Most of your comrades keeps dismissing your eccentric theories. Okay. Like, my intelligence is 67. Okay, so not just 70 yet. But I wonder what the chances are then. Because say that it's a 1/3 chance to fail here. Like, it's just based on a 100 die roll. Then you would say that you have a pretty high chance of failing, actually. Like, a 1/3 chance of failing is pretty high. But yeah, who knows? I'm really interested actually to see how these work out, these rolls, and how to optimize actually your character that way. Because if you know how those rolls go, then you can indeed optimize the way you play. But for now, it's mostly just guesswork. Let's have some fun. Let's move on. Your camp in proximity of Pherae, one of the most ancient cities in Thessalia. Oh, you camp in proximity of Pherae, one of the most ancient cities in Thessalia. All you know is that Philip and the main body of his army are somewhere in this region. The air is heavy with tension. There is no way around the final confrontation to end this war. You find some comfort in the knowledge that this is an opponent you have already defeated in battle, but the setback at Atrax proved that under the right conditions, the Phalanx can be nearly impossible to overcome. You can only hope that Flaminius is clever enough to prevent Philip from using his fearsome yet scarcely mobile weapon to its full effectiveness, or things could get very ugly. But that is way beyond your control. You immediately set the thought aside. You'd better stay focused on the things you can have an impact on.